Hello adventurers, travelers, and friends, and welcome back to a Braggworthy Adventures video. I'm your host Rose, and today I'm going to help us find some new travel clothes.
Do you wish you could be a minimalist? Well, in this series, I'm going to show you how to stop wondering what if. What if you need those pants, or that shirt, or those 17 pairs of shoes, or that snorkel? No longer will you overpack because we are going to test out travel clothing and make sure we know the best products to bring on a Braggworthy adventure.
So I went shopping. I bought a ton of things. I bought shorts, pants, shirts, and I also bought some merino wool. So I'm planning on making videos, trying out these travel clothes, making sure I find the best travel clothes to bring on my Braggworthy adventure. And if you don't know what that is, check out the intro in one of these corners. And today I want to try out the merino wool clothing. So merino wool clothing is supposed to be a super big, awesome traveler type of clothes. Merino wool is a very specific type of fabric that comes from merino sheep in Spain. And so because it is such a specific type of fabric, it can be a little pricey, but it's supposed to be amazing out for backpackers and for travelers because it doesn't stink very easily. It dries relatively quickly, it packs easily, and it lasts a long time. Now my issue is I have sensitive skin. I'm really worried, is merino wool going to be itchy? Is it going to be stretchy enough? You know, I'm used to cotton blends, polyester blends, and I've never tried merino wool before. But I bought merino wool from two companies. The first one is Woolly. Woolly clothing was started by 3 people in Seattle, and it's supposed to be like the cheaper or more affordable merino wool for the travelers. Because they noticed that they loved merino, but they hated the price tag, so they wanted to do something about it. And then the other company that I have bought clothing from is Icebreaker. Now they're a little more expensive, but they have a lot of options and a really huge inventory. So they're the two I bought clothing from, and I'm going to be using them both to compare contrast. So I'm going to be testing my travel clothing via 5 different trials. The first one is fit. Obviously, it has to fit and feel nice on my body. The second is movability. Can the clothing item move with me? Third thing is their dryability. How quickly will they dry? The fourth trial, how small do they pack? And with the packability, we've got trial number 5, which is, are they wrinkle resistant or wrinkle proof? So those are the 5 trials I'll be taking these clothing through. And let's look at what I bought. Okay, so I just put the clothing on. It's interesting, as much as it feels itchy on my hand, I don't necessarily notice it, at least not for like the underwear and the socks. I feel it a little bit on the shirt. I'm gonna see if I can like work through it, but it might just because I'm wearing the merino wool bra and the merino wool shirt. But every item fits, so this fits really well. I actually think it looks cute. The socks fit amazing. They were quite stretchy. And then the bra fit as well. I have a really small little rib cage right here, and so often my bras aren't tight enough there, so I do notice it's a little loose at the bottom, but otherwise fits pretty well and feels relatively okay. There's some itchiness. I'm feeling some itchiness, but also like the itchiness here is right where the tag is, so is it really about the fabric or is it just the tag, you know? In the meantime, let me tell you how much these items cost. This shirt right here is normally $85. I got it on sale for around $63, but that's relatively pricey for a single t-shirt. You can tell, merino wool, it's not that easy to get to, so they have to raise the prices up. The undies are actually not 100% merino wool. They are 83% wool, 12% nylon, and 5% elastane. I'm guessing that's the elastic top. I'll give you. See, the top is clearly not merino wool. And the undies cost $40 normally. I got them for $30, so there's some good sales going on. As much as Corona sucks, it meant there was clothing on sale, which is part of the reason I bought so much. The socks are normally $20. But right now, they're 15, and they are 30% wool, 38% polyamide, 30% lyocell, and 2% elastane. So not 100% wool either, which maybe that's why the undies and the socks feel a little more comfortable. I'm not sure. Okay, here we are with our woolly clothing. We've got the shirt, I'm wearing the undies, and then we've got the socks. Everything's black. I already can tell this shirt feels a little softer than the Icebreaker did, just a little less itchy. That doesn't mean there isn't any itchiness. There is still some, but it feels a little, just a little softer, a little better. The socks though, these guys feel a little looser. They don't have that nice second skin sort of compression feeling that the other ones did, that the Icebreakers did. So I'm liking the Icebreaker socks better, but the woolly shirt better. The undies are kind of the same. I don't notice them. So overall, I think merino wool underwear is going pretty well. It's nice and just there, but you don't notice it, which is how underwear should be. Now, to kind of compare costs, the woolly t-shirt is $49.99. I got it for $39.99, so a little bit less expensive. The undies are 95% merino wool and 5% elasticene, so very similar, and they are $24.99. And the socks are actually about half, exactly, because for Icebreakers, you got one pair of socks for $20, and for woolly, you get 2 pairs for $20. So it's definitely a little more bang for your buck at woolly, but I definitely felt like the socks were better at Icebreaker feeling-wise, so sometimes you have to give away a little more money for a little more quality, although overall I feel like woolly's quality is very good.
Probably the star of the show for Icebreaker is these socks. They had good traction, good fit. They didn't slide around when I moved. The shirt stayed pretty much where it needed to be, although in Downward Dog it did start to slide down eventually, but it did have a good fit and a good range of motion. Now, woolly shirt is interesting because it doesn't feel tight, but it does stay glued to where you put it on your body, which is kind of nice. I could move around without worrying about where it was going to go, but it was also very stretchy, so I could have a full range of motion. The socks were loose, so they did slide around, move around, and that was a little less comfortable.
Okay guys, so I'm gonna go in there. Sorry, the fan in my laundry room bathroom is so loud, but I'm gonna take this pink cloth, I'm gonna get it wet, and then I'm gonna dab a spot on the clothing, and it is currently 3:07, so I'll check back in 30 minutes, and then after that, 30 minutes, so on and so forth, to find out how long it takes these babies to dry. Okay, it's been about an hour, so we're gonna go back in and take a look. It really doesn't look as dark as it was. It still feels a little damp, but honestly, not very damp. Let's check this side. I'm having a hard time even finding where it was wet. It might be pretty much dry. And it is 4:15. Oh, the wet spot here is almost gone. Feels lightly damp, but not bad. This one's, I can't find it. It seems like this shirt is a little wetter. These undies are a little wetter, but these ones feel pretty much dry, and it's only been like an hour. has been 2 days and I've packed up all my wool clothing and shoved it all in my away suitcase right here. And I'm going to take it out and we're gonna see if it got wrinkly or not. Okay, this is the bag you saw where I packed all of this clothing up, rolled it up to see how small it could pack, and now I get to take it out and see if there's any wrinkles. Now, honestly, it really doesn't matter if like my undies get wrinkly because no one should be looking at those anyways. They'll be under my clothes, so I'm not really worried about these guys. The two that really matter are the tees, the t-shirts. So we've got the woolly one, and yeah, there's no denying it has some wrinkles. Now, the thing I feel like about a shirt like this, the way it kind of stretched over me when I wore it, is that even though it's wrinkly just sort of laying here on its own, it may not be looking wrinkly when I put it on. Yeah, this one also has wrinkles. You know, it's kind of impossible. I feel like companies always say like wrinkle free and whatnot, but I feel like it's a little impossible. You see that? You see those wrinkles down there? But yeah, let's see if it shows up as wrinkly when I wear it. Okay, just like I thought, when I put it on, because of the way it stretches over me, you don't super notice it's wrinkly. Like there's a wrinkle there, of course, but because it kind of just hangs down on its own, even though it wrinkles when you pack it, it's not super noticeable. It's really similar in the way that because it's a tee, when you wear it, you don't really notice a ton of wrinkles. I mean, I do notice the ones over here. So it looks a little wrinkly, but it's really not bad. It just kind of looks like a tee. These ones are kind of bad. These ones are kind of bad. But overall, it's not too bad. Maybe just a little more noticeably wrinkly than the woolly. So let's give it a drum roll, please. And then I will make my decision, put it right up here for you to see, and then I'll tell you why. Okay, see you real soon. Okay, there she is. So the ultimate winner for this round of wool clothing in my travel clothing series, and the shirt that will be coming with me on my Braggworthy Adventure, is the woolly shirt. I really liked the prices of woolly. They're a little less expensive, but overall the reason I picked this shirt is because it's more lightweight. It's a little thinner, which means it packs down a little smaller. They both dried pretty quickly and they both fit relatively okay, but I definitely felt the Icebreaker one was a little more scratchy because it was a little more thick. Now, when it comes for the undies and the socks, I preferred the Icebreaker socks and the Icebreaker undies. My issue with the woolly socks is they were just a little less contouring to my foot. I don't know. I've never been like a high-class sock lady. I've never been like, ooh, those are some nice socks. This is the first time. These socks, these Icebreaker socks may have changed me as a person. And I'm okay with it. I wish I could buy a ton more of these socks, but these socks are also like $15, $20 for one pair. It's kind of crazy. But the overall wool winner is this woolly shirt. But yeah, for socks, go to Icebreaker and just, I don't know, maybe spend that little extra money if you can, because it was amazing. They're amazing. I'm gonna put them on my feet like now. Well, I hope you enjoyed watching this episode of my travel clothing series and helping you determine what wool clothing you may want to purchase for a round the world trip, and how woolly and Icebreaker clothing feel and how they react to certain situations. If you have a clothing brand you want me to try, go ahead and put it in the comments below. I'd love to hear what sort of travel clothing you wear, what you bring on your trips, so that I can make sure to bring the best on my Braggworthy adventure. But as always, thanks so much for watching. Make sure to do all that YouTuber stuff like subscribe and like and whatever. They say the notification bell, I don't, but like, okay. And as always, bye travelers.